Technology here in Kenya is not the way it sounds in Uganda. I think every time you go to a hospital here in Kenya and you talk about hearing testing, someone can quickly understand and unity and everything. But for us, you need to explain so many things, especially when you go up country. When you go up country, you need to explain so many things. Someone who stays in my district has to travel to Fort Portal, which is roughly around 20,000 Uganda shillings, to move from my home for a hearing test. Yet we have big hospitals, but they can't do that. So we resolved that possibly we could come up with a small and pocket-friendly pure-tone unit. Like even the smallest health center can be able to make hearing tests at any time for anyone. So we decided to call our app Wulira, and Wulira in Uganda means something like hearing or hear. Wulira, hear. So we decided to call it Wulira to bring out the impression that we really need people to hear. We need to understand that people can't hear or people can hear. So I will start by probably talking about disabling hearing loss. I'm sure most of you, the fact that you're audiologists and you've been this field, you know what disabling hearing loss is, which refers to the hearing loss that is greater than 40 dB in a better hearing adult of between 15 or older years, and 30 dB in a better hearing child of between 0 to 14 years. So basically, this is what we test. This is what our app is aiming to test for. For the start, that is what we aim to diagnose disabling hearing loss. And maybe as time goes on, I was talking to someone and said, oh, maybe I could also add AST on the app as time goes on. Now, good enough, I can talk to Fred, I can talk to Prof and anyone else to see how best I can implement it and get the best for our people. So what did we look at? What was our driver into this? What was our motivation? There are 360 million persons in the world with disabling hearing loss, which is roughly 5.3% of the world's population. This is according to the World Health Organization's report that was published in 2002. You know, here in Africa, statistics here in Africa, they are very, it's so hard for you to have current and real-time statistics. Just I think like in Europe, it is so easy because everything is computerized. You can capture records anytime, and so it is very easy to come up with figures. But these were estimates, and according to the report, it said 328 million. That's around 91% of the 360 of these people are adults, and 183 million are males, and 145 are females. 32%, that's 9% of that figure, are children. So, according to the same report, it says the prevalence of disabling hearing loss in children is greatest in South Asia, Asia Pacific, and Sub-Saharan Africa, where we stay. And this is why we don't. So we possibly need a solution for where I stay. And the children that we're having today are the Sub-Saharan Africa for tomorrow. So if we cannot take care of them today, then tomorrow we shall have everyone deaf, or we shall have no one hearing the other, and you know the implication. You're deaf, you can't sit in a conference like this. And in Africa, it is somehow so hard to get hearing aids, but some of these things can be treated if they are discovered at an earlier age. So, leaving that alone, we looked at the people most at risk. The most at risk, and the most at risk people that were aiming at, there were the TB patients on orthotoxic drugs, the HIV and HIV patients, the cancer patients on chemotherapy, and then the elderly as well. So someone under that category can have the app in their pocket, and at the time of their convenience, they can test themselves. Then they send their results to Dr. Zachary, and he will call and say, oh, I saw your results. I think we should do ABCD. Instead of maybe going to the hospital, he said in his office or in his car, can get parking somewhere by the roadside. You take a test for a few minutes, you send your results to an audiologist, and they will get you because all your contact information will synchronize to the database. They will get you. So basically, it was also meant aiming at closing the gap between the patients and the limited number of audiologists. Because I may not even know where Dr. Zachary stays, but I virtually interact with him and he helps me in one way or the other. So looking at the current hearing assessment mechanism, the pure tone is commonly used, but the pure tone has limitations. You can't carry the pure tone in your pocket. I've met with Josephine at the testing center in Lago, and the pure tone, it was my first time to see a pure tone. It was such a big device. It would be inconveniencing for you to carry it all along. Bakari was telling me he carries his pure tone to schools and everywhere to do tests for children. That's such a hectic job to carry such device every time and again you go in. You know, even laptops are becoming so big for us to carry. So what about the pure tone? And very many other limitations that I think we can work on, and we solve them by having a portable version of a pure tone audiometer. So our solution is the Wulira, which is a simple to use and robust hearing assessment mobile app, designed based on the principles of the pure tone audiometer as the gold standard of hearing assessment. It's an Android tech that is easily available for the majority in sub-Saharan Africa. Anywhere I go, basically, I'm sure 90% of the people in this house have Android phones, if I'm not mistaken. Even that one who has an iPhone, besides they have an Android phone on them. So that somehow answers the question to why we chose to develop an app for Android first, not for iOS. There have been versions for iOS, and I think they've been so well developed in iOS. But we thought the people who use Android, the lower person should also have his own version. And so we opted for Android, and the fact that it is highly supported, it is an open source, and Google supports it so much that every time and again they're working so hard to fix bugs and everything. So I don't get so much problems in developing an Android app because I can contact anyone for help when I get stuck than it would be for me to develop something in Swift code that is for iOS. I would take so much time to develop something small, especially here. So the app can also be used in programmatic treatment centers and by individuals. That is our aim. So at the end, after performing a test, the app will provide a simple diagnosis. I'll be showing you the screenshot. By the way, as I present, you can check it out on the Play Store. It's called Wulira. People with Android phones, check it on the Play Store. And meanwhile, you can be trying it out as I present. You can be looking at it. And I will request that after looking at the app, you should give me your contribution on how best we can improve it and make it a better solution for hearing assessment. Because it is still under development, it is still, I can't say it is a full version, and we are still making it better. I actually got more hope when I realized that Prof is also using an external sound card and gadgets to manage sound, because that's why I had a problem in managing sound. Calibration of the app becomes a little bit hard, because now you find every phone has a different sound card mechanism. Sound produced is different. You try to work on something, but the volume is too high. It is not really what you anticipate, depending on which type of device. And some devices, you try to generate the tone, and the tone cannot be generated, maybe depending on the API levels and all those things. So there are very many dynamics. Things keep on changing every time on the game. Because if you have Android, a phone with Android version less than 4.2, it can't run, because now, according to Google statistics, most people are now using Android 4 and above. So people using Android sandwich, that is around 2 point something. So you can't really even see WhatsApp is also moving from those older versions, because it takes so much effort for it to develop something small for an older version. I imagine if Prof, you developed something for Windows XP or Windows 97, it would be so much work for you to really come up with something in the shortest period of time ever. So that's why you say minimum Windows 7. Yeah. So how does Wulira work? When you install Wulira, you will have to see screens, just like me, I'm a software developer. Just like any other engineer can come, a civil engineer, and they tell you before you sleep in that house, you have to swipe the card and you enter the door and all those things. So you have to register, then you log in. The reason why we put the login and the register to protect patient information, that is private information. It could be for the doctor, and you have a lot of tests for various patients. This must not be accessed by everyone. Anyone can come on the app and they create their account, and they'll be seeing their own results. The app does not require internet for you to perform a test. Unlike other versions that I've seen, they require internet for you to do a test. But ours, it is fully offline for you to do the test only when you want to contact a doctor or you want to synchronize your results online. You want to have a backup of your results online. Yeah, you can synchronize your results online, and then you can be able to check them out later. Even if your phone got lost, you would still have your results on the Wulira cloud. Then when you start a session, the session will require you to put either the patient's name and special identifier, so that every time you look at the results, you can know maybe this was Fred at this time, this was Job for this was so and so for this. And then you do the test. The test is pure tone. If anyone has installed it, see it, it can it produces tones from 125 hertz to 8,000 kilohertz, with decibels ranging from 5 to 100. So, after doing the test, then Wulira can enable you view the results and the audiogram. Though we still have a small problem with our audiogram on the phone, but when you synchronize your results on the web, the audiogram is good. It is a good version of the audiogram. I'll be showing you how it looks like on the web. Yeah, so, and for the web, it's only meant for the doctor. So that's why I gave so much emphasis for the web, because it is the doctor who will interpret the audiogram, who needs it more than the patient. So the other functionalities, like I told you, the user will be able to get in touch with the doctor, so the user can synchronize their results to the cloud, and you can export your results as an Excel file, either CSV file, if you want to keep them on your phone locally, or if you want to send them to someone through a mail or something also. Now, this is the look that you find when you install Wulira. That's our logo is that. Then you have to log in first. Yeah, I mean, you have to register. Then you log in. Prof did not put. I don't know why you did not include somewhere what to create an account. I know it was a guest account, but I think what if it is in a hospital where you have so many audiologists, and every audiologist will want to make their own tests separately and so on. So maybe they will want to create their own account on the system so that everyone can come and they log in. Because now when you categorize it as guest, anyone can come. You know, human beings, we are funny creatures. Anyone can do anything, either out of intention or out of mistake. But it is, I always think it is good for everyone to be accountable for their acts.
We have briefly respond to this.
Yes, please.
You can create more than 2 users.
Okay.
And you can create 10 users, all 10 with only not administration rights, but normal rights.
Okay.
And each of them can have an own name and an own password.
Okay.
That's how you can really have 10 people using the same system, exactly as you said. You have to log in and you only see the data you have to collect before that login.
Okay, thank you so much, Prof.
But you are completely right.
Yeah. So, and then after logging in, you find the home screen. On the home screen, there's a button for the new test. And when you tap the new test, you have to enter the session name, like I told you. The session name can be the patient's name or any special identifier. It must be unique. And then after entering the session name, then you have the testing screen. With the testing screen, this side, it is meant for increasing the amplitude of sound and the frequency of sound this side. Then you can play the tone here. Then someone told me something that I didn't know. I've tried so much to understand audiology. I don't have any technical background of audiology. I was actually asking someone, was it you, Dr. Zachary, whether I could do a course in audiology with my IT background. Prof, is it possible for me to do a course in audiology with my IT background? Because it is seeming now it's getting interesting for me.
Josephine can help you with that.
I could possibly do a certificate or even a diploma course, or even a postgraduate course in audiology. It has no crime for me to move from software development to an audiologist. I could possibly do that so that I can. Now, I didn't know, is it the red or, the left or the right button that is blue?
Left is blue.
Left is blue.
Right.
But the reason why I do this, when you're testing left, the left ear, the button will be red. When you tap right, this will turn to green and right will red. Just as an indicator that you're now testing red, you're now testing right. Not necessarily showing that this is for left, this is for right, but as an indicator that you've now switched to the right ear. That was my intention. Then every time you play a tone and the patient responds positively to the tone, then you have to press the hard button. Or there's a provision that I put that if the headphones have a button, not their headphones with a button, patient, you can play a tone. When the patient hears, they just press the button. The app will save the results automatically. So at the end of the day, when you check out the results, you get the results in the tabular form. And I don't know whether I included. So like I was telling you, I only included this. Like I was telling you, my audiogram is still not yet so well developed on the mobile phone, but when you synchronize your results online, it's a little more better. It's a little more better online. Like that is what comes out online. Basically, this is the doctor's dashboard. You can see how many people have uploaded results on your name, given your care, and your support to the patients. They can rate you, they can like your support, and these are the users that subscribe to you as a doctor. So you can be able to see the tests uploaded. This is the session name, the contact for the patient, and when you tap this button details, it will automatically bring you here. The session name and the results, left, right ear, and the audiogram for the results. So someone can try it out, and later you can send in your contribution towards the project. You can send in your contribution towards the project, and I'll be grateful to hear your comment after trying it out. It is a free app, you don't have to pay anything. If you have an Android, a phone, please try it out, and you get me your ideas about how best, what is wrong with it, what is the thumbs up with it, and how best can I make it better. And I think I'll request that I'll get so much in touch with you, Prof, and you guide me. I really want to make you a mentor into this. You mentor me into making this project a success, because given your success in the bells, I believe if I got closer to you, I would also record success one time in this project. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joe. I think you already did a great job.